besties, so I'm starting this video really in advance because I want to have like the most amount of time to read almost every single book that you guys are going to be choosing. So I've never done this. I've seen this like all over YouTube and TikTok, but I've never done it myself. So basically you guys over on my Instagram are going to choose the books that I'm going to read. I don't know how long it's going to take me, but I've always wanted to do this, never got to it, so now it's the time. I'm going to post 3 different stories, so each story is going to have 2 books and you guys are going to choose from those books. I'm a matcha girly now. You guys know that I like love coffee with my entire heart. I have been drinking coffee since I was like literally 15 years old, but since I started my nutrition journey, I had to cut back from coffee and I had to switch, but I love it. Like honestly, I make my matcha, I add coconut milk or almond milk, and then I add cinnamon on top and it tastes so good. So by the way, I randomly chose these. Like I just went to my bookshelf and just randomly picked out the books because honestly, when you see them side by side, they're so different from each other. By the way, you guys, if you are new here, I have a nutrition account. If you are into wellness, all that stuff, I am obsessed. I'm studying holistic nutrition. I love it. And if you want more info on that, I'm gonna put my channel and my TikTok and everything down below. So the first photo is the Atlas 6 and then Happy Place by Emily Henry. So I'm going to do these back to back so I have like all the info. Okay, so the next one is gonna be or Reggie and Delilah's Year of Falling, this one, or Legend Born. And I hope you guys choose Legend Born because I want to read it. And the last one is gonna be very random, but it's gonna be or A Dawn of Onyx, this one, or Part of Your World. I'm gonna update you guys at the end of the day to see the results. Okay, you guys, it's 8 p.m. It's Monday, June 5th, and I'm gonna start Happy Place. Happy Place by Emily Henry. I haven't read a book by Emily Henry in so long. The last one that I read was Book Lovers, and I did like that book because I didn't have the best track record with Emily Henry's books. I don't know. They were my favorite in the past. Book Lovers has been like my #1 favorite. I have high hopes, you guys. So I think I'm gonna read a couple of pages because honestly I love to sleep and getting my beauty sleep is like very important to me. So I literally sleep at like max 10 p.m. Oh, and also I have no idea what this book is about. Okay, so I got to page 25, which is chapter 4. It's not what I expected. Like, I kind of expected like a whole romance story from the beginning, but it's kind of different. If you've read the Twisted series by Anna Huang, you know like the friendship of the 4 girls, the 4 main characters. This is kind of those vibes. There are 3 girls, so 3 best friends. They all have like boyfriends or girlfriends, and then there's a twist because the main character Harriet is something different. Something is going on with her. I'm not gonna say what because for my surprise, it was kind of a surprise reading it, and I don't want to spoil it because I liked not knowing. So I'm gonna read a little bit more. It's Tuesday, it's 8 a.m. and I'm gonna continue reading Happy Place because I want to get some reading done. Yesterday I got to page 64 and I got to chapter 7, but it is those kind of stories where you do get the full story. So I was wrong before. So basically, kind of like each chapter jumps to like the past and the present moment. So the past is basically Harriet, the main character, and her story with Win, the main male character, which is which is her ex-fiance. Very cute so far. I'm liking it. I'm liking the characters, I'm liking the main character, and I'm liking the writing style, so it's going well. So I absolutely devoured like half of this book yesterday. I'm literally halfway in. I'm on page 210 and this book is so good. You guys, I am so like pleasantly surprised because like, yeah, I like Emily Henry's books, as I said, but it's not like, her writing style has never been like the best thing ever. But this one has my heart, and I'm halfway in. So we got the main character, which is Harriet, and she is literally trying to survive a weekend, like a wedding weekend of her best friend in her like happy place, which is a house in Maine, which is owned by her best friend. But the house is being sold, and they're having like the last summer trip. And so many things are happening, but it's so good, and I love the tension, and I love the back and forth. Like, we have the story of Harriet and Win from like way back, like 10 years ago, and then what is happening right now, and so good. I'm literally gonna finish this book today because I want to start the next book tomorrow. So let's do this. It was so good. It was so good. Like, it's those type of books that have like the friendship, like the main character's friendship and like a big group of friends, and then like the main romance of the main characters. So we have Harriet and Win, but then we have like the best friends, and it's just a really like wholesome book. Like, just very wholesome. It was honestly so good. I gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars. I've been kind of being a little bit more of a harsh rater with my books, because I used to like give almost all of my books 5 stars if I really liked them, but then I couldn't really like remember the ones that I actually like 100% loved. So this one I really liked. I wouldn't say it's like the best book I've read in my entire life, but it was like a very good book. So I gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars. Let's see if I can give a book 5 stars. I'm just gonna give you guys the little introduction to book number 2, because finally, since I finished this one, I'm gonna start the next one right away. And the next one was between Reggie and Delilah's Year of Falling and Legend Born. And with 680 votes, Legend Born won. And I'm so freaking excited because I've heard such amazing things about this book, and I wanna like have a little break of reading romance, like for my next book. So I'm really glad I'm reading this one. Then I will read the third book. I hope I can get through this one fairly quickly. Like, I want to get through this one this week. So today's Thursday. I'm hoping I can finish this one Sunday so I can start the next one Monday. So let's see how it goes. Okay, I am 30 pages in Legend Born. Let's talk about it. If you guys have seen the movie The Mortal Instruments City of Bones, which is inspired by the books, like, it feels like that kind of movie. It gives off those vibes. So basically the story starts with Bree, the main character, and her mother's death, which was an accident, a car accident, and she is actually 16 years old, but she's gonna start college soon. So she basically starts at UNC Chapel Hill College. I don't know how it's called. UNC Chapel Hill, I think it's called, in North Carolina, which is a beautiful school. but she starts going to school there. And the first night that they like go out and like do crazy stuff, she's obviously like grieving, and like she's not the same as the Brie before her mother died. She goes with her best friend to these woods. She meets this very, very mysterious guy, which is, forgot his name because it's kind of weird, Selwyn. Let's just say Sel. I don't even know what he is at this point, but I will find out. But it's giving those vibes, and I'm loving it. Yeah, I am loving it so much. And I do like the writing style. It's first person, so that's my favorite. Right now it is Friday, June 9th, and it's 8:20 a.m. I'm gonna start reading because I literally have nothing to do. Well, I do have something to do, but I want to read, so I'm just gonna put it off for a little while, and I'm gonna read. So let's get into it. I want to read until page like 150 maybe. And I'm obviously having my matcha, and it's like a very rainy day, and it's like the perfect day to read. This book is seriously addictive. Like, I'm on page 143 and I cannot stop reading it. I'm literally like glued to the pages, just trying to read everything. Yep. I'm halfway in, so let's do a little recap because this book is kind of intense. Okay, so we have the main character, which is Brie, right? She goes to the school and she starts joining this secret society, but the secret society is basically like a whole other world of like just magic and demons and all this stuff. And she is basically new to this, but she's trying to discover what happened to her mother and why, like, what happened, like, what was the cause of her death. But it's really interesting so far. Like, I love the adventure, I love the like suspense. I have a theory, like I have a suspicion about one of the characters, and that person is gonna be like the bad, like the enemy. So I will tell you guys if I'm right, and I'm gonna do like a little spoiler section at the end if I'm right. If I'm not right, I'm still gonna say it. So today's Sunday. I'm on page 290, but I want to finish this book today. Let's continue. Let's do this. It's 6:25 p.m. and I've finished reading the book. Okay, I don't even know where to start, to be honest. Like, I feel like I didn't talk a lot about it, Happy Place, but I am gonna talk about it like in depth in my June wrap-up video. I don't even know where to start with this book. I feel like I'm gonna give it like 4 stars out of 5, like 4. I think I'm gonna give it 4 because like I really loved the story and the writing style and like the characters and the whole plot and everything. And I, by the way, I was wrong about my like what I thought who I thought the enemy was. I was completely wrong. I'm never right. But the only thing that I didn't quite like about this book is that it's so long. And I feel like it shouldn't be this long. Like, it feels like it took me forever to get through. And I feel like it could have been like maybe maximum 400 pages long, and it was 500 pages long. Like, it was not necessary in my opinion. There were a lot of like scenarios that I was kind of confused about. Like, there were a lot of like fighting scenes and like confrontation scenes and like just scenes overall that were kind of complicated to actually imagine and like see everything in my head like happening. So it was kind of like a bit confusing. but still, like, I did really like the book. I enjoyed it. Like, it was a good story, but I feel like I'm not sure if I want to pick up the second book, you know? So I'm gonna give this 4 out of 5 stars. Okay, besties, I literally just finished the spoiler section for Happy Place and The Legendborn, but now let's get into the third and final book of this video. I don't even know how long this video is gonna be at this point, but the next book that you guys picked, because I asked in another story to choose between Part of Your World and A Dawn of Onyx, and with 816 votes, Part of Your World won. So I am going to be starting that book. I hope I like it. I've had it in my collection for so long, and it's also a book of the month pick, so I'm really excited. I will talk to you guys when I start Part of Your World. It's way too late and I didn't expect to read this in a freaking, like, in a sitting, and I'm crying. I have no words, but I'll catch you guys up tomorrow with the whole story and everything, because you need to read this book. It's time to talk about Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. It's the next day. I'm rested and I can think more clearly now. I still fully stand about what I said about this book. This is a 5-star read for me. This is a freaking 5-star read for me. Alexis is a 38-year-old that works in, like, the ER. She's a doctor. But the whole story starts with her going to a funeral in another town. When she's driving back to her town, her car gets literally stuck in the middle of nowhere and she needs help, and this guy out of nowhere helps her. Like, he's really nice. He helps her with her car, and she goes her way. And she goes into this really small town, and the only place that's open is like this bar, and she walks in to see if she can eat anything, but in the end she actually meets the guy that helped her with her car, which is Daniel. Perfect, chef's kiss, love the name. And Daniel in this story is so freaking nice. He's like the epitome of nice and charming and, like, beautiful in every way. He treats Alexis so well, but the whole point of the story is that they meet in this small town, and she goes back. They kind of have a one-night stand in this encounter, and she goes back to her town, and like a week later she calls him, and then they meet up again. And this starts like a very friends with benefits kind of situation, but literally she goes to his town every time, like, they want to meet. But because he knows she's driving to his town, like 2 hours away from her town, he makes these beautiful dates, like the most thoughtful dates ever, and it's just so cute. And that's how kind of like the story progresses. But then obviously, like, they fall in love with each other, and it's so freaking cute. But I do have to say, trigger warning, look up the trigger warnings for this book, because it does talk about abusive relationships in general, so please make sure to look up the trigger warnings. And it does talk a lot about that topic, so that's really important to know. But the entire story drew me in so much, and I could not stop reading in a sitting. Like, I could not put it down. I loved it so much. I loved Alexis. I loved Daniel and Alexis' story. But there were a few times where Alexis was just kind of annoying. But because of the whole situation and her relationship with Daniel, so that was a little bit annoying. But besides that, like, it all came together and was so adorable and cute, and I love their story. And you guys, I was like pleasantly surprised with this book. I was not expecting to like this book as much as I did, let alone give it 5 stars. I now have to read every book by Abby Jimenez. I just have to. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe, like the video, comment down below, and I will see you in my next one. Bye! Okay, I'm doing the spoiler section right now of Happy Place, and then I'm gonna do Legendborn, so buckle up. Okay, Happy Place. First of all, I love the, like, whole group dynamic kind of thing, but it was pissing me off, the miscommunication trope between all of them. There was such a miscommunication trope between all of them. Like, that is basically the whole point of the whole trip, in my opinion, because the other thing that I didn't really like was like, what was then one of the Sabrina, yeah, Sabrina, that did the whole wedding thing and the whole trip just to get her and Win, just to get Harriet and Win back together, but she already knew the whole time. And then her, like, her fiance also knew the entire time. What? Like, plot twist, like the whole secret of what was going on, you know, when you're reading Happy Place. That was the only thing that I was like, do not like those vibes. Like, what? Like, Sabrina, honey, no. That was the only thing that I did not like, and it was kind of annoying because it was the like whole plot twist. But honestly, okay, besides that, like, Harriet and Win and their, like, and their story was so cute, and like Win was so cute and loved the other best friends. But yeah, the whole point, the whole plot twist wasn't really my thing, but still gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars just because I really loved Harriet and Win and their story. Okay, that is my whole spoiler section and my rant about Happy Place a little bit. But now let's get to the spoiler section for Legendborn. The book started kind of really weird in the sense that Nick was acting really weird. Like, it was kind of suspicious to me how Nick at the beginning just like trusted Bree and did everything for her and just like left everything to do what she wanted and to help her. So like literally almost the entire book I was like, Nick is very suspicious. Like, that for me was very suspicious because I felt like the connection between Bree and Cell was more of a connection than like Bree and Nick. So I feel like actually Bree was gonna end up with Cell and not with Nick. You know what I mean? Like, since the beginning and like since the first encounter, I just was rooting for like Bree and Cell, and then was like, no, it was Bree and Nick. And it just doesn't really make sense to me. Like, Nick is really cute, but I don't know, like the entire time I was like very suspicious of him. Obviously when you finish the book, you know that his father was actually the one who was causing all of this, and then there's another guy. Just kind of confusing at the end, but either way, in the end I did like the story. That was kind of like my only confusing thing, and that I shipped Bree and Cell. I still do. Like, Bree and Nick does not make sense to me. Bree and Cell makes more sense to me. Okay, but basically those are all my thoughts for now. That is my little spoiler section for Legendborn. Spoiler section for Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. To be honest, I like that the like spice is not like super out there. Like, it's not a very spicy book. Like, it does have a few spicy scenes, but it's not very explicit. It's just really cute overall. I absolutely loved Daniel and his town, his house, his whole situation. The only thing that was obviously so freaking annoying that I wanted to like literally throw this book into the wall was Alexis' family. Like, what the hell? What is that? Like, what is that? Her dad, I wanted to literally punch him in the face through this book. He was so bad. He was so bad. Like, because literally her dad was so abusive. It's just so wrong that he literally doesn't talk to Derek because Derek married someone he loves, and then he's not gonna talk to her because she's in love with Daniel. And then the whole Neil situation had me I wanted to scream. I hate Neil. That kind of behavior is stalky, creepy ass behavior. Like, no. But Alexis and Daniel and the whole Wakan town, love it. And please, you guys, if you read this book, read the acknowledgements at the end and like the whole part about the author. It's just so, like, it had me crying, bawling. That's what had me literally crying. So you guys, I can't believe we're finally done with the video. I can't believe I actually read all 3 in like 2 weeks. not even 2 weeks, a little bit less. So I'm very proud of myself, and thank you for choosing, you guys. You chose amazing books. These were all the books that I read. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe, like the video, comment down below, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!